Welcome to 4.1 Unit Rates. So apples cost $2.25 per pound. How much does 1 pound of apples cost? Well, this is, hopefully some of you are saying this is a duh question. What does $2.25 per pound mean? It means the cost of 1 pound. When you see the prices at a store in per pounds or per ounce, they're for 1 pound or 1 ounce. So the answer to this is $2.25. David is driving 47 miles per hour. How far will he go in 1 hour? Well, 47 miles per hour is the distance in miles you go in 1 hour. So the answer to that is 47 miles, not 47 miles per hour. How far he will go. He'll go 47 miles in 1 hour. All right, so $2.25 for 1 pound, 47 miles in 1 hour are unit rates. And we're going to be looking at more unit rates today. So when we're at the supermarket, there are the prices, but on the little labels, usually on the edge of the shelf, are also the rates per ounce or per pound. Those are called the unit rates. And the unit rates is how you compare prices in the supermarket. We're going to write our unit rates as fractions. So hopefully you've seen 55 mph, which stands for miles per hour. So we're going to write that as a fraction. So you would write 55 miles, the first thing goes up top, per, that P is per, right, per hour, miles per hour. And then I want you to clearly write 1 hour. When we say 55 miles per hour, that says it's going to take 1 hour to go 55 miles. If you have 55 miles to go, it's going to take you 1 hour to get there. That's how it works. MPG is miles per gallon, so that's how you measure the gas mileage of cars. So this car, if this was a car, 32 miles on 1 gallon of gas. What does that mean? It means you buy a gallon of gas, you're going to go 32 miles. How many gallons of gas do I need to buy to travel 32 miles? 1 gallon. $8.50 per pound. So $8. Now, you normally write the word after it, but dollar symbol, you traditionally in America, you put it out front. So that $8.50 per pound means per 1 pound. And you can abbreviate pounds, right? With LB, if it's 1, it's LB. If it's more than 1, LBS. All right, so we're going to create unit ratios and rates. So we're going to write them as fractions and divide. So Lisa drove 180 miles in 3 hours. So this is the way I want your work shown. Miles per hour. Miles up top, hours on the bottom. But what's the unit rate? Well, you just simplify your fraction. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 180 divided by 3 is 60. This is 60 miles per hour. Right? She was driving 60 miles per hour. Harry drove 240 miles on 12 gallons of gas. Find the unit rate to show his gas mileage in miles per gallon. So 12 goes into 24 too, so this is 20 miles per 1 gallon, right? And out in the real world, you write 60 miles in 1 hour as 60 mph. In the real world, you write 20 miles per gallon as 20 mpg. Per is this division here, okay? So we're going to have to divide some decimals today, so let's make sure we can do that. Sugar costs $2.70 for 5 pounds. All right, so how do we get the unit rate? Well, we got to simplify this fraction, and one way to do that, the best way probably, is divide $2.70 by 5. 5 doesn't go into 2. You can put a 0 there. It will go away though, unless you like writing a leading 0. And then 5 into 27 goes 5 times. You put the 5 right above the 7, nowhere else. Decimal points go straight up. 5 times 5 is 25. You subtract and get the remainder of 2. You bring down this 0, 5 is 20. So what is that, right? So we're done. We got a 0 remainder. What is that? Well, that's how you write 54 cents for 1 pound. Or you could write it as out in the store, they would write 54 cents per pound. Now notice that you say cents, but you write dollars. Okay? 54 cents we hardly ever use that in math class, right? Because what happens is students do this, right? That's a fraction of a cent. You never ever do that, okay? We typically write cents as decimals, hundredths. That's 54 hundredths of a dollar. All right. You say cents, you write the dollar symbol. So it's 54 cents per 1 pound. If it's $2.70 for 5 pounds. Larry drove 170 miles in 4 hours. And we're going to find the unit rate. So once again, we're going to simplify that fraction by dividing 170 by 4. 4 goes into 17 4 times, because 4 times 4 is 16. Remainder 1, bring down a 0. 4 into 10. 4 times 2 is 8. Remainder 2. Now we're out of numbers. We're out of numbers, and what do? Before you bring this 0 down, because I'm sure that's the first thought, you got to get this decimal point up. Right? Do not wait and do it later. Right? The people who wait and do it later, some of them forget the decimal point. Don't be those people. You bring the decimal point, 170's decimal point straight up, then you bring the 0 down, which is what you always do in division when you're out of numbers. 4 into 20 goes 5 times, and you're done. Now, so this is 42, whoops, I got to write 42 correctly, 42.5 miles in 1 hour. They were going 42.5 miles per hour. Jane paid $24.40 to go on 8 rides. What was the cost per ride? So it's $24.40 divided by 8. 8 doesn't go to 2, but it goes into 24 3 times. The 3 goes right above the 4. Oh, and there's a reason this one's here. Now what do? Hopefully you all thought decimal straight up. 4 straight down. Now what do? Yeah, before you bring down that 0, what do? Yeah, 8 goes into 4 is 0 times. You must put that 0 there, right? When 8 went into this first 2 0 times, you could have put that 0 there. It's just that 0 goes away. But this one I just wrote is not going to go away. A lot of students skip it. You cannot skip it. Now you bring down that. 8 into 40 goes 5 times, right? And so the answer is, right, so I want to do these like all the others. I wrote $224.40 for 8 rides. The unit rate, so that was a rate, the unit rate is $3.05 for 1 ride. Or 3, right? And there's no DPR or dollars per ride. You write $3.05 per ride, you could write. Or slash ride or per ride. You could do this. All right, so we're going to tie this back to the constant of proportionality. Remember, the constant of proportionality is that ratio in the tables. So let's see that. It happens to always be the unit rate. So find the constant of proportionality that relates costs in dollars to pounds of apples, right? So we're going to do any of these, right? We're going to do the cost to the apples, all right? And so, right, 5 over 2, it's saying find the constant of proportionality. So all of those should have the same answer. And we can see that 10/4, right? 10/4 simplifies to 5 halves. And I'll bet 7.5 divided by 3 better be the same answer. So we can just do 5 divided by 2. Well, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 5 over 2 is 2.5, right? So this is just 2.5, and it's dollars. So, all right, so let's do the work because we're going to make a decimal out of it. right? 2 goes into 5. 2 times, remainder 1. 5's decimal point goes straight up. Then you bring a 0 down. 2 into 10 goes 5. And we get 2.5, or 2.5, as I said. Now, what's the answer? So K here is 2.5. And the unit rate is $2.50 per pound, right? They are the same number, right? We just write them differently because we're going to put K into equations later. But K is 2.5, the unit rate is $2.50. Those are always two ways of asking for basically the same thing. All right, let's practice. Dan drives 45 miles per hour. How long will it take him to go 45 miles? 1 hour. All right, understand what 45 miles per hour means. Car drives 448 miles in 8 hours. Find the unit rate. So we're going to do our division. 8 into 44 goes 5. 5 goes above that second 4. Remainder 4, bring down the 8. 8 into 48 goes 6, exactly 6. So this is 56 miles in 1 hour, also known as 56 miles per hour. Tori can read 3,000 words in 15 minutes. So words per minute. That's what we're going to do, 15 minutes. Right, words per minute. So, right, it's not minutes per word, it's words per minute. And so then we're going to do 15 into 30, goes twice. The 2 goes above that very first 0. Now what do? You bring down the next 0. 15 goes into 0. How many double zeros are 0? 0 times. Bring down another. 15 goes into 0. How many times? 0. All right, so it's 200 words in 1 minute. That's awfully fast. And 200 words. And there you can do WPM for that. I'm fine with that. Sugar costs $3.40 for 4 pounds. Find the unit rate. So we're going to do our division. 4 doesn't go into 3. Decimal straight up. 4 into 34 goes 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32. Remainder 2. Bring down the 0. 4 into 20 goes 5 times. And so it's 85 cents for 1 pound, or 85 cents per pound. Okay. All right, find the constant proportionality that relates miles to gallons. So remember, so these are always flipped over. It's miles per gallon. So it's 100 for 4 gallons. And right, you could do any of the math here. It should all be the same answer. All right, they all should, wow, that's the easiest one. And so that's 25 miles for 1 gallon, right? 4 times 25 is 100. So if that's the unit rate, 25 miles per gallon, and we just say K is 25. Good luck on the homework.